Welcome back everybody. So guys, in this class what I just want to teach you about the height changer. The logic is very simple and very same. We just applied the width changer. We just need to apply the height changer as well. So what is required to do? Just go down and make a new button. The class of form group first. Okay. Now go down and just make the label. Yeah, this is what I just want. Now inside that I'm just typing the height changer. But how it works, the height changer, we just need to make a div, and this div I'm giving an ID, height changer. Okay, so go to the browser and refresh. Is it affecting? No, it's not. That means we just need to code that in JavaScript and the jQuery as well. So what more we just need to do? First of all, we just need to get the height from the variable. So the CSS height, the value of the height is 30px, you can see. So let's just put the value of 30px. Yeah, 30px. So now just remove that 30px and plus sign the CSS height and save. And what more is required? I just need to go down to program this height function right now, the height changer. So press enter and the height changer, press enter again, and you know the rule, the CSS and the jQuery way. The CSS way is to put the ID, the height changer, and this whole is a jQuery syntax, by the way. Now I'm applying the slider again. Save and go to the browser to check that out and refresh the page. So now I got the height changer here. Is it working perfectly? Yes. It's looking perfectly? Yes. So what more we need to do? Go back to the notepad and go inside these parentheses and use this as an object. And first of all, just mention this range as minimum, add a comma and the value. The by default value is 30 pixels, Add a comma, the minimum value is should not be the 50. The minimum value should be 10, because that this is not the width, this is the height, and when you know that the value is 30, so the minimum value must be less than the default value. So I'm making this 10 pixels and the maximum as 50 pixels, not more than, because the height should not be very bigger, because I just supposed to make a button, so it should be simple. Now the slide function, and here the event UI, go there, and then the CSS height. What is the CSS height? There is a variable named CSS height. You can see if I just select that, yeah, it's there and there as well. I'm modifying the value of the CSS height from the UI.value, the value of the UI, and this is the UI, the user interaction. Okay, now because that the value should be in pixels, so let's just put the pixels with concatenating technique, and it's not completed yet until I just add the CSS function, CSS func, save and go to the browser and refresh. Okay, I got that, it's working. Yeah, you can see that the value is changing. If you just notice that the height is 19 pixels, I update that, the 34, the 25, the 50, the 10 only. So in this way we're just updating the height as well, the width as well. You can see that the width and the result of the background. This is the height changer. This is perfect one. So now what I was just thinking, I just want to teach you another thing, because I just want to apply the CSS3 element here, the radius changer. Why I'm doing this? Because I just want to confirm you that you can apply the CSS3 as well, the elements of the CSS3. Then otherwise, if you just want to add any other feature, any other thing like the border color changer, the border size changer, or the box shadow changer, whatever, you can do that. Border radius changer. Div, again the div, this is really important element here, the ID radius changer. You know which radius I'm talking about. I'm talking about this radius changer. Okay, this element's radius. This element has no radius for now, but it will be having in a little time. First of all, I just need to go to the CSS tags, and before the border or after the border, wherever you want. I think after the border, no issue at all. Border radius. Now the value for the border radius is, for now I'm just putting the 10 pixels just for testing purpose. Save and refresh the page. So now we can see that it became the 10 pixels radius, but this is not a perfect way because the by default value of the radius must be 0 px, not more than 0. Press enter. CSS border radius, the value is 0 px by default. Now I'm just going there and updating the value from this variable, and this should not be the hyphen, this should be the underscore. Now remove the value and put that CSS border radius. Go there, add another s, now save and go back and refresh. It's now 0, but it's showing, that means it's working. Now what we need to do, you know that here we just added the border radius changer, the border radius changer with an ID of the radius changer. I just need to call that here in a jQuery, border radius changer. Now the jQuery syntax, and here the height, the radius, actually we can call the height again, but actually it's called already, so I think we just don't need that, just leave that. Now the radius changer, and here the slider, the event comma UI to get the value, or I think for now just leave that, get the results, then we'll doing other things. Go to the browser and refresh. Now you can see that there is about a radius. Okay, it's not working perfectly because we just didn't apply the effect. I think we should directly make this as the object. Go inside and add a range first, and what the range, I just want to put here the minimum range, comma the value. The by default value must be 0 and the minimum 0, from 0 to the max 10. Now the slide means the real-time function, the function for getting the real-time value function, and here I'm just typing the event. Now this is perfect. Go there, and now what I just want to update, I just want to update this variable, the CSS border radius. So here I just need to call that CSS border radius, and I'm just adding the UI dot value. Now this UI value is not from the height or the width, it is coming from this function, this slide function, and this slide function is inside the radius changer, not from the height or the width changer. So this is perfect. Add a plus sign and the px. So now it is actually done. If I just go to the browser, it will work, but actually we just need to add this CSS function. It will work, but I just want to update the values as well for this UI value, the CSS border radius. Go to the browser and refresh the page. Now you can see that it's changing the border radius. You can see the radius has been updated. The value of the radius is 10 px. This is working perfectly. Now something more I just want to do. Basically you can see that the CSS is actually visible here in a page without asking. This is not a professional method. I just want to get the CSS on a dialog box of the jQuery UI. If you remember the jQuery UI dialog box. So I'm just going to the notepad back, and I just want to program that. This one, the CSS coding, I'm getting as the dialog box. So there, getting CSS in the dialog box, inner. When anyone clicks somewhere, and where I just want to make the click, I just need to make the element. When anyone clicks on a button, before the button I'm adding the BR, duplicate 4 times and add the button. The button, this is not the CSS generator button, this is just for getting the CSS. And here I'm just typing the get CSS, and there the class of the button I'm adding as the BDN danger, the bootstrap classes actually. And what more I'm adding the ID of the get CSS. Perfect. Now go to the top in here. Whenever anyone clicks on get CSS, so there, click function, go inside, and then the hash sign and the CSS coding. Okay, whenever anyone clicks on the get CSS, so something will be happen on a get and on a CSS coding. And what is the CSS coding? This is the CSS coding ID, okay, which is actually has the CSS. You can see that. Go to the notepad, and here I'm adding the dialog. Okay, now go inside. Okay, I just made that dialog, but I just need to put some more things like the header, the title. I just want a title as the style. Save. Do you want to change the width, the height, or anything? I just don't want that, so that is perfect. Go to the browser and refresh the page. Now I got the get CSS button. Click on the get CSS. Now I got the style any dialog box, but the CSS has been removed from there. Close that. The CSS has been removed, and now this is not there. Click on the get CSS back, and now I can get the data. If I just update the values, just focus on this height, which is 30 pixels. If I just update that, you can see that it's updating here as well. The width is updating as well, the color is updating as well. Okay, the border radius is updating as well, the 8px, the 10px, the 1, the 2, the 5, and whatever. But the issue is this is not a professional way that I did refresh the page. I'm getting this here, which should not be there. And if I just click on a get CSS, it's removing, and now it's not coming back. I just want to remove that permanently by default. It should not be shown by default. So go to the notepad, and the ID is that the CSS coding. I'm going to the style.css page, and here just press enter and the hash CSS coding, and here what I just need to do, just type display none and check that in a browser. Refresh the page, and now this is not there. Just click on a get CSS. We're getting the CSS. Okay, and refresh that. It's not there. That means it's working perfectly.